All right. So, going through when I was originally, I just wanted to look at the teams, kind of, base it off of, their stars and stuff like that. And I've done Liberty before. I know Liberty was like my biggest one that I've done. Um, as far as a dynasty rebuild, I think I did like 12 years in there and had like multiple championships, and I think I had like 6 years in a row of winning the Heisman and shit like that. I know NDSU is kind of like the new team in football. Obviously it's 0-0 record, zero national championships, zero bowl record. I do like that they have added like the stats and pipelines and all this. I think this just kind of makes it a lot cooler just to kind of look at, and you can kind of see your school grades and stuff like that all before getting in. So I do kind of like this. Just a nice change, nice quality of life change. Um, Ricky, I think they just made the transfer to D1. Um, but I could always do Central Michigan University. That's where I went to college at, but I'm not gonna do that. I think when I was really looking, I was tempted to do UConn. I don't know why I was tempted to do UConn, but I don't know. Someone was like fucking do it, but I decided not to. Um, the school I was really really looking at is in the American Division. Okay. Below 70 overall. So it's not Memphis because they're 77. Not Temple, even though Temple's kind of ass. Um, not USF, not UTSA, not Tulane. There's a lot of 70 overall teams in here. Um, Not Rice, bro. Not Rice. I would not do Rice just based off of their uniforms having like zero amount of aura to them. But the team we're gonna go with, and I just want to point out, Army being like a 3-star school, I feel like it's kind of crazy. But that's just me. But I just feel that. But if Army, I guess, is a 3-star school, then they're a 3-star school. Um, but the team I'm going with is East Carolina Pirates. Um, Looking at their top players, they have 383 overalls and an 82, but 3 of them are seniors. So we'll get to play with them for 1 season and then they're out of here. Not to mention maybe that wide receiver Ray Joseph decides to leave, so that there's a chance we lose all 4 of our top players. But I also did want to. Looking at it, I was like, you know what, East Carolina, and me being a Jaguars fan, I was tormented by by CJ2K a lot growing up, watching him. I swear every game he had a long run. So, and the team's kind of ass. So, I did want to go, I saw him and I was like, they also have a good amount of available dynasty points. So that's something we get to play with NIL and facility upgrades. So it just kind of gives us a little bit more extra to be able to play with. But still, the job difficulty is very high. School demeanor's balanced. They have a little bit of a winning record, not by a whole lot. Not anything too crazy, but I think it's still going to be a pretty hard experience with them being a 2-star. I didn't really want to just do like a half-star school or 1-star school. I feel like a lot of people are going to do those anyways. So, you know, kind of want to do something a little bit different. So we're going to go with East Carolina here.
Now it's time to choose your role on the coach.
Obviously,
Here,
we're going to
you
do
can
our head
create your
coach.
own coach
Not
or
going to
choose
play
play
with
as an existing
Blake
one.
Harrell, even
As
though,
a
hey,
custom
elite
coach, you can
recruiter
fully adjust your
and
coach's
C-.
appearance,
We're
clothing.
gonna
Now you need to choose your coach's
start with a
archetype.
little
As
less.
a motivator, you'll be focused on developing and inspiring your
Now,
players.
I feel like the biggest
Recruiters
part
excel in finding and bringing
with
in
starting
new
with a
talent to their
shittier school
programs.
is recruiting.
Tacticians
So
maximize
we're
your
gonna
team's
go with
chances of
recruiter.
success on
I wish
game
this
day
guy would
with
stop
their
talking in my ear.
understanding of the X's and O's.
I need this guy to stop talking in my ear. Has anyone seen the new coach that ECU decided? Total choice of out of left field. All right, info. First name. We're just gonna do Cam. And then I feel like we're just gonna do boss. Can I do, oh, we can do dashes. Ladasha. Oh wait, hold on. Capital. Another Ladasha. Gee, oh fuck yeah. Alright, offensive playbook. I don't know if I want to do air raid. I like to run the ball. I might just kind of go Florida. I might just go Florida just because I know that's going to be the one that I'm going to run probably in Ultimate Team as well. We'll try their playbook, I guess. See what it's like. I know 3-3-5's like good and in college. I'm not a 3-3-5 kind of guy. But I think I've okay. But we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go alma mater, and we're just gonna go our favorite school, and then pipeline. We will go North Florida. Demeanor, intense stance, hands on your knees, hands on your knees. Adaptive AI. I'm gonna do mad scientist. I don't really know what the offensive aggressiveness is really gonna do, but we're gonna put both of them at 100. Dynasty point strategy. I'm gonna do recruit and retain. All right, appearance. Let's make our big thing about a coach is that he's got to look sexy, right? I mean, would Bill Belichick have all 6 Super Bowls and now coaches for North Carolina and has like a 20-year-old girlfriend if Bill Belichick wasn't super handsome? So I feel like we gotta go with something that just goes, wow, that is a good-looking gent. I think that's it right there. That says, like, that face and hair just goes, that's probably my head coach of, like, my 8 and under, or my 10 and under, like, baseball team. You know what I mean? Alright, physique. And then, you know, if you have a coach, he needs to be, you know, he needs to kind of demand respect when he walks in the room. And I feel like if your coach is 7 foot tall, then that's just what's gonna happen when you walk into the room. Let's do muscular. Yeah, just we basically got Shaq as a head coach. Oh yeah. Oh, gear. Hold on, hold on. Ooh, should we go headset? I'm not fucking with the headset. I'm not fucking with the headset, honestly. Tops. Can I go like tube top? All right. What? Okay, okay. Little short sleeve hoodie to kind of show off the cannons. Oh, just muscle shirt. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you just gotta go muscle shirt for the head coach. Nothing says amazing head coach like muscle shirt while calling plays. I think we gotta go these joggers rolled up. Holy fuck. Bang. Let's go. Wait. Are these all black? No. Those were all black. I do those just to have some, like, all black forces, basically. But now, I will say we're not going to touch this.
You review your athletic director expectations often.
Can this bitch shut the fuck up?
Of
Okay, I will say that I'm not going to touch the schedule or anything. In week 1, we have a insanely hard.
As your program gets better, do your best to meet them. Failing to do so could impact your job security and land you on the hot seat.
Okay, as I was saying, we have an insanely hard game week 1 of the season. So, probably going to start the year out 0-1. If we manage to find a way to win, it's going to be crazy. But I do like that there's extra ways to kind of get NIL money here. One is 500 points to upgrade to premier facilities in the next 3 seasons. So you get 500 points for doing that. Win 50% of your home games this season. So this one is for this season that we're playing right now. And then win 75% conference games this season. So all the American conference games that we play, we have to go at least like 3 and 4 out of them. I don't know how many total that we would play, but we can kind of look at that when we look at the schedule. But probably we could maybe lose like 2 of them if I had to probably take a guesstimate. Rainmaker unlock. Go to the coach ability screen to purchase the Rainmaker archetype and upgrade your coach. Alright, so first thing we're gonna do, hire staff and manage this. So we're gonna go hire staff. I can't fire either one of my offensive coordinator or defense coordinator, but this will be something that I do at the end of the season. I will, because both of them will go, and then I can get a coordinator and coordinator on both sides and get them for free instead of them taking up 40 of my points. Now, also, as you see, I am a 2-star school, so I have 2 empty staff slots. When I go to 3-star, when I become a 3-star school, I have 3. When I have 4, when I become a 4-star school, I have 4. When I become a 5-star school, I have 5. And then with these slots, these basically on the... Hold on, let me move my camera here. Let's just go top right. Shit. No, bitch. Oh my god. Thank you. Okay. I was gonna move this down to the flow. Camera's too high. I have vertigo. Okay. So with these, as you can see on the right, they basically just say how many or like what they kind of do. So for this is a cost of 1,700 of our points, and that is between our budget, our NIL money, just kind of everything that we're going to be able to spend money on. But it's going to give us a 20% off-season progression increase. So when the whole season is said and done, there is a stage where there's an off-season training thing, and you can kind of add those points to your players. When you do that, that's just basically how they get better. Now, at the moment, I mean, we have 2,000, but we're not going to spend that amount of money because that is kind of crazy. Now, we might come down here to the bottom and, you know, we might spend 150. So, like right here, we could spend 150 and get a plus 250 to Dynasty points increase. So we can go from 2,045. If we buy this. So we're out. So we went to 1,895. But I believe in the next season, we'll get 250. We'll get plus 250. So that's just going to be huge as we're progressing. I didn't know if we were going to get it right away. But I'm just imagining that we get it at the next season. So it's going to be an extra 250 points. So we can keep growing and getting more and more points on top of everything. Now, I know another big thing is NIL. You know, a lot of these players want NIL money. So we could spend 150 points to get a 10%, you know, NIL expectations. But we're not going to spend that just because most of the people that we're going to be going after are going to be free, or they might cost us 5. So, you know, and if that kind of changes throughout season to season, then obviously that's something we can do. But we want to try and keep as much points as we have or we can to maybe get some better recruits and stuff like that. So we're not going to, we'll stay with the one with just the plus 250. And then we can also use this to upgrade and manage our facilities. So like right here, it says upgrade facility, premier facility. So that gives us what it says 3 slots. Annual cost is 150 of the blue points. Progression plus 4%. Can I do this right now or no? I don't think so. So here's just another kind of thing to, like as you see here, some of these are, this one says facility points. We spend 400 points and it increases our athletic facility grade by plus 500. So, at the very top, it says 500 out of 75. So I don't know how many points that, how many levels that's going to get us, but it would definitely be a nice chunk. You know, and that would really help toward people who have kind of demands of, you know, these facilities or these grades need to be at a certain level. And some of them are only 75. So like trophy room would get us from a D- basically to a D+. Hey, Ronald Jones, welcome. And then some of these are reduced injury chance by 15%. Reduce season health usage, wear and tear by 15%. But some of these are also only a lifespan of 4 weeks, so they don't go through the whole season. So I'm spending 75 points, but I'm only getting a quarter of the season. So that might not be really worth it when you're first starting out. You know, if someone's going to get hurt, they're going to get hurt. Your players kind of already suck already. So the backup's probably not going to be a whole lot worse. I will say the 500 is kind of tempting to just kind of do out of the gate. And you know, it will be something that we get. Why not? I think it will just be something that we do because we want our stuff to get better. I just wanted to see. Okay. So yeah, we just want our stuff to get better. So this is gonna be something that we're gonna do, just because we have the extra points. Now we have like our recruiting NIL, managed roster NIL. This isn't something that we can do, as you see when I click on it. During the end of the season recap, this is something that we can kind of play with. And then our strategy and settings, this is also something that you can play with, of kind of how much you want to spend per season. I kind of do the recruit and retain just because, well, maybe actually I might do something different, just because that's kind of a lot going into staff. And I don't know how much I want that going. Really, we might go developmental. No, that's a lot towards staff too. I really don't want to be giving a whole lot of money to my staff. I'd rather do a lot more money into my facilities. So we might do this, and then we're just kind of overspent on facilities. I don't think this really matters. This is just kind of like a blueprint of how you would want to spend your money, but not like the end all be all of everything. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to do is do custom schedules. Not that we're going to change anything. I just want y'all to see this crazy schedule that we have. Week 1 is at Alabama. I don't know how this is even a game, but this is going to be a very difficult game for us. Then we go to App State, which is going to be a little bit easier than Alabama, but can still be pretty difficult just because we're a really bad team. Then Old Dominion, and then we get kind of our first break on week 4 on FCS Southeast. Then Open, then we Rice, UAB, East Carolina, Temple, USF. Then we go and play Charlotte week 11, which is our rivalry game. Then we play Army, and then Florida Atlantic. So most of our games are, so basically after our bye week, every game is a conference game. So from week 6 to week 13, we're playing a conference game, and we need to probably go like 6-2 in that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Every time we edge, I get this feeling, and every time we goon, I swear Ricky. I can fly. Can't you feel my heartbeat, Max? Let's go. I want this to last. Need you by my guy. Ricky, thank you for the Prime sub. And thank you for the 4-month anniversary of your sub. Your lightsaber is getting just a little bit more straight there, big guy. So what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we'll have to probably go 6-2 to meet our season goal. But next thing we're gonna do is upgrade our coaching points. So this is kind of something we've seen throughout the past years: CEO, program builder, talent developer, motivator, architect, tactician, visionary, rainmaker here, which we can purchase, but I want to see if I can just look into it first. Increase recruiting influence from NIL offers. Increase dynasty points from my school grades. Increase NIL offer impact on risk of leaving, and then increase dynasty points from add expectation goals. Okay, so this is basically just all stuff to do with NIL. And it's free. I'm pretty sure it might just be free, yeah, exclusively for the MVP Plus members. So this isn't going to be for everybody, but you know what? I'm better than you, so I'm going to get it. And then this is going to be 15, 30, 45, 60. So we got 175. So this is going to be 60 of our points if we get all of them. And you know, might as well. NIL is a big part of the year. And obviously right now we don't know everything that's like meta or anything like that. So we're just kind of playing it by ear, I guess. But you can also do Visionary when Madden 27 comes out by creating a coach in Madden 27 franchise mode. And then you can get this, increase players' NFL draft stock, increase player progression from practice, which would actually be really huge. Increase chance of players starting hot from practice, and then increased annual coach points award from your program. So 3 of these are probably pretty good. Hot start, I don't really know how much that really plays into factor. But we're gonna do recruiter. Obviously, that's what we really need, because we're recruiting players. So first thing, biggest thing is quarterbacks take less to fully scout. We're probably just gonna max this out, because the biggest thing that we need is a quarterback. Now next is a position, because it's 15 points, we only have 25 left, so we can only get 1 more of these. So I think next is probably going to be wide receiver and tight ends take less time to fully scout, because I'd like to try and get, some wide receivers with some actual speed. And, I don't want just a bunch of slow people. So I try and do a little bit of scouting, at least definitely in the off season when I can. Not so much during the actual season, because I have limited recruiting hours. So that is usually kind of spent toward actually just getting players. All right, so actually, before we set up our recruiting board, wait, hold on. Can I actually look to see? So team needs. So right here is where we can kind of look at our roster. So we have a senior and a junior, and then 2 freshman QBs. Now, Jay Moore is kind of useless, so we're not really going to count him as being a part of the squad. Halfbacks, we got a senior, and then 3 sophomores and a freshman. So actually a really good running back room. But now, how many of them will actually want to stay? That's a different thing. Fullback, no fullbacks in the roster. 3 senior wide receivers, so not our entire starting wide receivers, because one of our juniors is an 83, but basically 3 out of our 4 wide receivers, starting wide receivers, are seniors, and then we got 2 more that are kind of on the bench that are also seniors. So we need some wide receivers for sure. Tight end, 2 juniors, a senior. None of them really good though, so just need to upgrade. A lot of juniors here on the O-line, nothing too crazy. 1 junior, 2 freshmen at guard. Center, we have our senior center, who was actually one of our top players, and then a little bit younger of guys. Right guard, we're gonna need, because both of our guys are gonna be gone. And then right tackle, we got a senior, junior, and freshman. So this is just gonna let us know what kind of positions on the offense that we need to try and scout and trying to replace. Edge, you see, like, we have a good young freshman, so it's not like it's the biggest thing, but obviously we kind of need a little bit of depth. Basically both of our edge spots, we have some two solid freshmen there, so not a huge deal. We have a senior D tackle who's our starter and best by a whole lot. And then we have some younger guys who are solid, but D tackle is just something we can try and improve on. Sam linebacker, we got a freshman there. Mike linebacker. We have a senior and a junior. But basically just still need an all-around improvement there. Will need improvement. Corners. What, four seniors? So yeah. So I mean, just kind of looking at this, we basically still need everything, and we're also only a 69 overall, which is, you know, nice in the sex position, but not nice on in the game. So basically we're kind of looking for everything, but the first thing we really want is to get a quarterback, because none of our quarterbacks are really that good. So that's going to be the first thing that we're going to try and get. And we have a little bit of money. We have some NIL money. So maybe do we kind of go out and spend a little bit of our NIL money to try and get somebody nice? Could I try and go and get backfield creator here, who's a 5-star for 365 points? I sure fucking could. Do I want to? Probably not. So we might kind of just look at some 4-stars here. Now, just because we give them a lot of money, does that mean that they're going to come to our squad? No, not in the slightest. But we're going to at least try, because if anything, we can always get rid of them and then go and try and get somebody else. But we are going to do a quick scout on them, because I want to see, like, yeah, this guy has 93 throw power and 80 speed. That's really, really solid. This guy has 80 speed, 94 throw power. So really, I can offer both of these guys some scholarships. I can offer both of these guys some scholarships and just kind of see what happens. And if neither one of them want to come here, then, you know, fuck both of them. But we're going to come down here to some 3-stars. See if anybody, you know, it has any interest in us. And that is a big hell no. Any interest in us on the 2-star scale? So we actually have a punter who is interested in us. Not really super exciting, but I guess. And then basically after that, it's a bunch of 2s, 3s, and 4s. Now, it doesn't really matter just because it is the off season. And somebody who's not interested in us at all, just because we have them on their board come week 0, week 1, we might jump all the way up to number 1 on their interest board. So just because they're not interested in us now does not mean anything. And then we just kind of, you can sort by, NIL and see who's, gonna cost you 0 and who's gonna cost you like 45 at a 2-star prospect. 3-star is gonna be max 180. And then you can still get some at 0 at the 3-star, at the 3-star level. But I think next big position that I want to try and look for here is just a halfback. Maybe want to go someone with like elusive bruiser. And then, so we got 3 targets on the board. So we have 3 out of 35 that we can fully do. And so for the most part, we do want, when we're recruiting, we want a lot more just straight freshmen. That like when they're coming in, they're going to be freshmen, not JUCO sophomores, JUCO juniors, whatever. We want them to just be freshmen. Now, obviously, transfer portal, we're still shooting for more young guys than anything. But if we have to, you know, a JUCO junior to help us out for a year or two is not going to hurt us. And then kind of want some contested specialist kind of guys. Maybe a gadget guy here at 6'3". And then maybe a speedster to just to kind of finish it off for us at wide receiver. We're going to narrow that down a little bit with, you know, with some scouting. We probably don't want some guys who are like 70 speed. As far as tight ends go, I like to go with a nice like vertical route tight end. And maybe if anything, we'll go 6'4" physical route runner. All right, we're at 10 targets, and we're just now on the O-line. I like to go with some of these guys who are just a little bit bigger. And maybe not so much playing style, because playing style is so much, like, it fluctuates so much and so easy. So maybe deal breaker playing style I don't like to tend to go to. If I have to, I'll try and do it. But, you know, this guy is a conference prestige. My conference prestige is probably not going to dip a whole lot. This year is probably going to, you know, it might go into the C's, but it's not going to drop to like an F. So this is going to be somebody that we can kind of look into. That guy's a JUCO junior, so not really worried about it. Another conference prestige kind of guy. Playing time. Oh, JUCO sophomore, not really wanting. Playing time we're fine with. Some people kind of get a little butthurt when it's playing time and you have a bunch of recruits in that position. But that's whatever. And this one's conference prestige, and then this one's proximity home. So we're just gonna add 5 tackles just because we're gonna see, you know, which guys maybe want to come to the team, at least in, you know, week 0 aspect, and which players don't have any interest in us. Now we're off to guard. We know we need some right guards because both of our guys are seniors. Pro potential, conference prestige will take. Playing time, there's a really, really good chance if you come here as a right guard, you're gonna start your next season. A couple of JUCO guys don't really want. Proximity home is nice because that's gonna be something that's not going to change. So we'll add him too. And then we're at 19 out of 35, so pretty solid at where we want to be. And then we will just we'll do 1 center. And then let's move over to edge. We do have 2 good freshman edges. So it's not the biggest of things that we really need, but still gonna add like 3, probably 3 edges. We'll go nice big guy at 6'6", speed rusher here. And then maybe we can kind of go somebody in our pipeline here. At both these guys are edge setters, so we'll go with this guy because he's pipeline influence level 3, so that's gonna be pretty good for us. All right, let's go into D tackle. Another guy who's pipeline level 3, so we'll take that. Pipeline level 1. I know these guys are kind of, you know, they cost a little bit, but it's gonna be okay. We'll make it. All right, D tackle we're done with. Now we're gonna go to outside linebacker. This guy we're gonna just go ahead and take. We're gonna go after because he's a pipeline 3, and he's 6'3", so can't really go wrong with that. 6'4", we'll also try and take. And another 6'4" pipeline 2 we're gonna try and take. Mike linebackers here. Not really anybody super crazy height. This guy actually has some nice height to him, so we're gonna do that. Corners. This guy's a little bit shorter than I would like, but pipeline 3, so we're gonna try and go after. Zone. I like to run a good amount of zone. And then we'll do a bump and run. And then we're at 34 out of 35 targets here. So we'll just see if we have anybody with any interest in us. No, not in the slightest. Not really any cheap 3-star safeties, it looks like. You get one option of being free, and that's about it. For free safety, I'm gonna do a coverage specialist. I want my free safety to, you know, be playing back and not in the box. All right. So so now I'm gonna go through and just kind of I can't really do any recruiting. So what I can really do is just do some scouting, just because I have extra. You know, I got 400 points to basically kind of play with. See, this guy has 81 speed. I do not want that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take him off, and we're gonna go find. Maybe we'll go find 2. Oh well, we can only. We're gonna find one other running back because we can only get one at the moment. Let's see. Maybe we do this guy just because he's a pipeline 2. 81 speed. Go ahead and take him off. Get the hell out of here. I wish it would kind of keep my spot, but it's whatever. This guy is pipeline 3, so let's see what. 86 acceleration, 85 speed. So maybe someone we can kind of keep, and we can kind of try and get someone a little later. 82 speed as a wide receiver. Not huge. This is going to be somebody that we want to try and get, though. Is a gym, 93 speed at 6'1". That is somebody that we really want to go for. So we can actually double tap triangle on him, or Y for you Xbox guys, and we can favorite him. Now this guy is a broken gym, so we're just gonna go ahead and take him off. No real reason to have him. 84. This guy's a gym. 78 speed. So I would really rather go after Scheigel than Conrad. I don't really care about scouting my O-line a whole lot. Really, I like to scout my linebackers to see if they have some solid speed to them. Like 81 speed. This guy's a gym at 6'3", so we want to go after him more. And then let's go back to our outside 76 speed. He has really good acceleration, but the speed part is not super good. 81 speed, okay. And then we got a couple corners. We're not going to be able to full scout all of them. He has 88 acceleration, so he's going to have some good speed to him. 90 speed on that guy. And 85 acceleration. So we're going to still have some solid speed to him. Alright, so we're not really mad at really any of the guys that we added to the board. So we're just going to advance to the week. Okay, and now we're gonna sim ahead to the next week. As you see here, there's some players at risk of transferring just for various different things. It kind of just always auto skips. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is our athletic director expectations, and then it also has the goals on the bottom as well. And then there's also the job security as well. So, you know, maybe if we start the season 0-7, they probably aren't going to like that too much. And there's a very, very good chance that we're going to get let go. Now, just because we had a bunch of people on the board doesn't mean that we're really going to jump up to 1 on anybody. But it is week 0, so it doesn't matter. But technically, we're like 10th on like all these players. So what we're going to do is offer scholarship. Now, the quarterbacks, they get a whole lot more pricey. We're going to do 340. We got the extra point, so we might as well. We'll offer scholarship. Is he... Okay, also 340. Now, we're probably going to decide pretty quick if we're going to want them or not. You know, really if they have any interest in us. Now, a lot of the guys that are for free, you can kind of do 5 points of NIL money, and you're going to jump up tremendously. So we could just do 5 points on a lot of these lower guys. I'm going to do 10. I can only max 10 him just because I want this guy really bad. We can do 5. I'm going to do 10 on him because I really want that tight end. We'll go back to 5. I could do 0 if I wanted to, but I like to try and have the interest if possible. At least the starting interest. And then, so this guy's 30. This guy's 30. Now, this isn't like permanent. If they want to go somewhere else, I'm gonna get my NIL money back. It's not like it's a guaranteed, like once I give it to that person, it's gone. Bang. But we're just gonna give a bunch of these guys 5s. We're just gonna keep him with the 25 that we gave him. We'll do 35. Why not? 35. We can do 5. Actually, north here, we will do 10 to, because he's 6'4". He's 6'4" and has really good speed. So he's somebody that we really want. This guy is the gym, so we're gonna do 10 on him. And then we're probably just gonna do 5s on the rest of these guys. Bang. And another 5. Okay, so we have 180 hours left because it does take 5 hours to offer these people a scholarship, which is unfortunate. But the first thing we're going to do is I like to put a good chunk of or just more hours than I would on quarterbacks. And then actually, can I do... I know I could sort by favorites. So let's do quarterback, tight end. Let's favorite him. And then I'm going to favorite this guy. And I'm going to favorite that guy. So I can go in here and I can offer these guys a little bit more than I would offer some other people. So we'll probably do like 15s on these guys. Just because these are players we actually like really want. Now a lot of the other guys are going to be a little bit of kind of just fodder. Just see if we can get in placement with them. But it's not anything, you know, it's not anything like guaranteed. Now everyone else we're probably just going to give 5 to, because we don't have a shit ton of hours. But that 5 could still mean something to some of these players, and yeah. Now we might not have enough to get everyone to 5. We definitely don't. But that's okay. We did not even like make it to the defensive side. That's the one issue of not having a whole lot of hours. You know, I got a question for real. I don't know. What's the soundtrack like in NCAA 27? No, it's still drumline stuff. I don't know if you can hear. I turned it like I turned it down a lot, but as far as week 0, we're just gonna keep everybody at full practice. Now if you push square, or I guess X if you're on Xbox, this will kind of, you can do it by all position groups, and this kind of tells you what full practice, limited practice, no practice, or week off means. Now full practice, it's going to get you the most XP for that player, but it's not going to give you any recovery for wear and tear. Limited practice will give you a little bit less XP and will give you some boost and recovery to wear and tear. No practice at all is going to give them no XP gain and recover a high amount of wear and tear. And then, but they could also start cold. And then week off, the player neither practices nor plays in this week's game. The result in maximum recovery. So basically, just someone who's probably injured is probably going to get the week off. But it's week 0. Nobody's really injured. Nobody has some wear and tear. So everybody is going to get full practice. And then it kind of gives you this quick breakdown of everybody who's gotten XP. And then it'll also tell you impacts of, you know, maybe someone injured themselves, or they have now they're starting hot, anything along those lines. But we've kind of done all this, so we're just gonna advance the week now. Sim ahead. Alright, none of that means really anything to us. Okay, unfortunately, we have to play Alabama, but first, we're going to come into our recruiting here, and we're going to just see if we kind of made a mark on any of these guys. We did get a little bit more hours, so we're going to be able to kind of give our defensive guys, or just some of our other guys we didn't give time to, some actual time. So we can put some 10s on some of these defensive guys. Didn't really jump up how we wanted to on some of these players, which is unfortunate, but that's just kind of how it goes some of the time. But obviously it is just like week 1, so things can still change. Week 0, week 1 don't mean a whole lot as far as recruiting goes. Things can definitely vary really quick. Okay, we're getting pretty close here. Bang. All right, we've given all of our defensive guys 10. We could go through and give all of our offensive guys, we could take all these 5s off and give them 10s. But I don't want to do that. So what we'll do is maybe come to the wide receiver. position. And like someone, really, honestly, what we should do is just go to our favorites and add as many points as we can. So maybe BB here we do 25 for. For Scheigel, we do another 25. And then, I don't know, did I favorite? I did not favorite my quarterback. Okay, there we go. So this is a quarterback I want the most. So we already have a 25 on him, but we will add a 10. And then we're kind of done with recruiting as much as we can get done. And then we will set our weekly practice plan, which will basically just be everybody at full practice. They haven't done anything yet. Nobody should really have any wear and tear. So we're just going to go ahead and confirm that. Bunch of people getting some XP and some increased composure for some of these other guys as well. So huge. Now we have to get into game 1. I will also say I have not played any game yet. This will be my first game here live. Let's edit our uniforms. Let's just see. What do they got? Ooh, I do like all blacks. Yeah, Alabama just has the 2. Okay, so we're going to go in the all blacks here. Now, like I said, have not played a game of college football 2027, so don't really know about passing or anything like that. Hold on, I gotta turn this down. We'll watch the walkout for game 1.
David Pollock and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, as you know,
Oh my
Alabama coming off a terrific year last year, getting back into the college football playoff and getting to the second round.
Oh my God, it looks so beautiful.
They lost their quarterback Ty Simpson to the draft, but they still have one of the most dynamic wide receivers in the country. Ryan Coleman,
and there's us. There's us.
After a low production year last year, the fans
Who on this team believes we're beating these guys?
Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup.
Who on this side believes we're getting a win? Okay, let me go to the options real quick, just because I forgot to turn off the like announcers. Okay, I'm holding down. Can I do that a little quicker? And I want this to be a little bit lower. Okay, stadium music. I'm just gonna lower a good chunk. In-game commentary. That's what we want all the way down. Okay. Because we're going to be commentating. All right. So we did 7-minute quarters. But it's like a... Oh, I think... Okay. So I did hear that kicking is like kind of bugged at the moment. Where like no matter where you release it, it's like just kind of red. So that might be an issue. All right, here we go. Boom. First play, college football 27 is a 4-yard game that we allowed. Now I don't. Oh my God, this guy's he's just going left and right. I'm not really gonna call a whole lot of plays here. I'm just gonna kind of let Coach Suggest take the wheel for me. All right, well, our edge got annihilated. And somehow we already have an injury. Somehow we already have an injury. All right, we got. Oh my goodness, my linebacker got stuck. My linebacker got stuck on my edge. I don't really. We're gonna see how much we like 3-3-5. If we don't like it, then we'll definitely swap off. Because I kind of like having 4 linemen in the ground. But that's just me. What the fuck, Bama week 1? Yeah. Yeah, Bama's got a handful with us. All right, try to do a little match right there. Not a whole lot going. Okay. Fill the gap a little bit. Fill the gap. So he ran right into us. Only got a gain of 1. I mean, they definitely have the speed advantage. They kind of have the everything advantage. Bang, big hit right there. But yeah, they kind of have the... Shit. They kind of have the everything advantage against us. So it will just kind of be hoping for a mistake. I think I might have to try and figure out how to do some adjustments here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to do adjustments. Like, why can't I'm trying to, like, pinch my guys down. I can't. Oh. All right. I tried to time it. Kind of past years, you could just kind of spam R2 and be fine, but I guess so far, not so much. All right. Well, first drive, let up a touchdown. Kind of expecting that to happen. I mean, we have a really bad just team in general. Oh my God, there's our handsome self. We just have a really bad team in general and very slow. So just kind of praying for something to go our way. And Stadium Pulse is going to be crazy against us. Nice little gain of 5. We do have... Okay, so that guy is... Our senior pass rusher is out for the game. I think one drive we had 2 injuries. Okay. First pass, gain of 1. So this is everything about this game is going to be very, very difficult. Bang, caught it and just going down. It's going to be very, very difficult. Just even seeing our players, seeing our pre-snap, routes and bang, let's go. What a play. Stepped up a little bit, avoided some of the pressure. I got to do a read here, and I didn't really pay attention on what I had to do. But, hey, worked out. Got us 9. Okay, one of their guys injured. Thank fuck. I couldn't take any more injuries. Bang, got a yard. All right, we're looking good right now. We're looking good right now. Moving down. Bang. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. Had no idea that was an option. So, had zero idea that I picked an option play. But, hey, quarterback running has looked good. Has looked solid so far. But, that's going to be end of first quarter. Let's just do a nice little inside zone. End of first quarter, we're in the red zone. We're here to tie this ball game up. All right, I'm trying to go with what coach suggests. And not really picking my own plays a whole lot. And that's kind of one of them where, you know, we probably wouldn't have picked the play before, but getting a little motion. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I think it was a drag and stop route. Hold on, let's see. Quick instant replay. I'm pretty sure it was either just a bad throw or it was a drag and stop. Where he wouldn't have kept going. That's unfortunate. Well, hey, we got a touchdown pass that... Whatever way you look at it, we got a touchdown pass that drive. Now, was it to the boys in black and purple? No, maybe not. But is that overrated? Yeah, it is. Oh my goodness. Okay, play action might not be something that we're gonna be able to do a whole lot. Just because we're not going to have a whole lot of time. Okay, everybody just moved. Alright, oh, get into the outside, Huge run, huge... I think that actually counts as a pass. Huge pass, getting that, we took the sack on first down, and that kind of just negates that. Oh my God, I pushed the wrong button. I can't see half the buttons. So it's not looking good. All right, we're gonna go for a run here. We gotta play aggressive. Oh my God, our center got absolutely destroyed. Oh my God, our center did not stand a chance. Bro, how the fuck do I make adjustments? What the fuck? Why is triangle that it's been for 19 years not the adjustment? How do I just fucking pinch my line? How do I fucking pinch my line? I don't know what. No, that's not that. I don't even know how to pinch my line. That's show blitz. I don't want to fucking show blitz. I don't know what the fuck I just did. Am I stupid? I'm trying to figure out how to just actually make adjustments in the game. This is our first game of College Football 27 as well. Kind of wish it wasn't East Carolina versus Alabama, but unfortunately that's the hand that we were dealt. But, you know, I'm trying to just figure out how to make any sort of adjustments on defense, and it's not the same buttons that it has been forever. And unfortunately, running back took too long to get out of the backfield, and we were getting hit all at the same time. Boom, blue throw. Bang, 4th and inches. I think we go for it. Our quarterback has a lot of wear and tear going on. Oh, I was like, did we just call a timeout? All right, I'm going to flip it here. Oh my God, they did not pick up blocks that they were supposed to, but luckily we found a hole. See, oh my God. Oh, wow. I mean, we got absolutely no separation. That's just not. Huh. Just not really any separation from any of our guys here. And an overthrow. Oh my goodness, he's wide open, man. He was wide open. I'm just trying to figure out how to pinch my line. Holy shit. So I can like individual adjust, but I don't want to fucking individual adjust on defense. Fuck. Like, what are we doing? I've still yet to figure out how to just pinch my line. I might get to it. That's show blitz, but that's not what I want. God, he's wide open. Oh my God, the quarterback just trucked my D-line. All right, so they're probably going to get 3 here, make it 24-0. We've had 1 pick 6 and then another bad throw that's a pick that's resulted in more points. Man, we are just so slow. But I mean, you can really tell the difference just between the two teams and how good one team is and how not very good the other team is. But hey, we get ball here first. Maybe we can kind of also figure out how to make adjustments in the game. I didn't realize that was going to be the hardest part of the game. But unfortunately, I'm just trying to do the simplest of adjustments, and that's just pinching my D-line. Also, I don't know if I need to put on like wide receiver like catch timing or what, but oof, 1st and 10. Way to go. Way to reach out for that one. Bad throw by our quarterback, but still got the job done. Boom, way to get out there. Way to get out there. Good run. Good solid run. We haven't ran the ball horribly this game. Then we get it, you know, then we do a 1-yard gain, but okay, now we've started to run the ball horribly. I'm gonna look for this bubble. Maybe that's, yeah. Yep. Yeah, just like that. Okay, still try and bring the house, play inside runs, play outside runs, fake pressure. Oh, shit. Oh, I don't know what I just did. Okay, got the tackle. It looks like there's also supposed to be like, oh shit. What did I just do? Is there a way to, it looks like I can go to another slide, but I also can't. Hold on. I have no idea. That's just wide open. Okay, so I think I've already figured out that I am not going to play 3-3-5. I am not a 3-3-5 guy. I do not like it. It makes no sense. I don't understand how it's good. Like, I feel like if you have any sort of competent O-line, they should just be able to fuck a 3-3-5 up, right? I don't know. Beats me. All right. So a lot of these like motion plays was like someone moving and then it's a run has looked somewhat solid for us. Well, that was a motion pass, so that one doesn't count with what I just said. Oh yeah, good broken tackle, 3. Gary, come home. Hold on. Still trying to figure out. If I do that, who does that mesh? Okay, the 2 inside guys. Okay. I mean, hey, a complete learning curve for us. If I smart route, oh, I can't really smart route. Oh, all right. Oh, everybody moves out. Oh yeah. Ooh. Hey, if we get a nice speedy quarterback who isn't currently dying of wear and tear, then we might be cooking. We could be cooking with some of these. Oh, Griffiths, no, don't get caught. Oh, you fucking son of a bitch. Oh, and another injury. Hey, Griffiths he's been running somewhat solid though this game. Ooh. Why have I ever, anytime I've ever said a compliment, it has immediately backfired. That's so... Even though Griffiths has looked somewhat good at certain points in the game, he also does have 2 interceptions. One being his fault. I will say one is his fault. It was just a complete overthrow. Come on, give us a pick, something. And then he has 2 fumbles, both on just sacks. So, you know, he's done some things well. Are you kidding me? We played that so perfectly, and of course it's a bad throw. But we've done some things nice. We've done some, I should say, we've done some things okay this game. We've also done a whole lot of not good things. A whole lot of very bad things. Oof. Okay, counter looked a little suspect. I don't know. I was kind of questioning it just about that entire time that play was happening. But we're just gonna take this down to the quarter. Go into the 4th. Don't want to be here much longer than we have to be. But we're also playing to not get shut out. So that's kind of our biggest goal here. 3rd and inches. RPO bubble alert. Let's see what we can do. Hand it off. Just get the first. Yes, sir. All right, we got 6 minutes to go 55 yards. Get Joseph out in motion here. Boom. Ooh, should have bounced it out a little bit more. But that's okay. Got a couple yards. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a nice hole. Hey, yo. I, like, want to run, but I also don't want to run. Well, like, it wants me to pass. Oh. But I'm not trusting my quarterback at the moment. He also has a little bit of wear and tear to him. Man. But these corners are literally just so fast compared to my guys. Like, a normal route that should be open is just getting absolutely cooked. Absolutely shut down. All right, I'm going to put our running back here on a Texas route. Maybe that gets open. I need you to catch that. Let's go. First down. We're still moving. We could have tried and kicked that field goal to maybe give us 3, but we want a touchdown. We want to be able to say we got a touchdown against Alabama. Week 1. Got a nice little 5-yard gain there. Good blocks, good blocks, good blocks. Boom, this is going to take us down to the goal line. 1st and goal. Gary's looked solid. And our blocking has also looked, our run blocking, I should say, has looked very solid at some points. Now, has there been a couple other points where blocking looked very bad? Yes. Pass blocking has looked also really bad. But, you know, if we got to take a positive when we can get a positive, and run blocking has definitely kind of been somewhat of a positive. But we got 4 yards to go. I'm going to do all outs here, and then we're going to do Allen on a flat. Why is Allen so slow? Hold on, hold on. I mean, that's like 4 seconds. And Buddy's still... he's basically where the wide receivers lined up at. And he got it. Let's go. What a catch. I tried to do a... You can't kick. You literally can't kick. I'm going to legitimately have to go for twos for now on. Hold on. Oh, no, you gotta double push A. What the fuck? When is that a change? Hold on, hold on, hold on. You just might have to double push it. That has never been a thing. Hold on, I'm also going to get another lineman in because our one is on the brink of death. Bang! Hey, if we can end this game off a little bit strong, you know, not expecting anything crazy, but if we can, you know, get our touchdown here, maybe even get another stop, you know, that's just something to kind of be a little bit positive about. You know, and I want to try and get a legitimate stop. I'm going to call a timeout here. I don't want them kneeling it out or just wasting the clock down. Oh. Bang. I'm going to call another timeout. I don't give a shit. But I'm glad we figured out kicking. Still did not really figure out how to pinch my D-line at all. We're just gonna change this to inside zone. I'm gonna just, if I can get some extra stats for categories, I'm going to. Also, I don't understand how we picked up all the worst blocks possible. They're all like 10 yards back. We have plenty of time to pick up the blocks. Oh yeah, that's a good little run right there. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, definitely a very, very hard game. A very, very hard game. Week 1, I mean, Alabama against East Carolina is not in our favor whatsoever. Just to go out there, at least get a little bit of something, you know, first game on College Football 27. Plus a 30 overall difference. Kind of just a recipe all around for disaster. Like we didn't figure out how to actually kick the ball until the 4th quarter. So, you know, so that's a thing. But you know, we're figuring out some things. We just kind of had to go by little. You know, we are still learning how to play College Football 27. They've made some changes, and that's stuff we got to figure out. And we, you know, just recruiting and stuff like that. That's also going to be stuff we have to figure out as well, and spending NIL money and yada, yada, yada. So that's just going to be something we learn as, you know, as we progress in the Dynasty. Hopefully we just kind of improve over time. But that's going to be it for episode 1 of East Carolina Dynasty. I don't know how long of a series this is going to be. I know with my Liberty one, we kind of did until... we went like 12 years, but we didn't post all 12 years. We did a lot more on just Twitch. But as far as like right now, we're going to probably post like every kind of games that we do will be on YouTube as well. So we'll do on YouTube and on Twitch at the same time. Obviously, if you want to see it a little bit earlier, it'll be on Twitch. If you want to, you know, see it just kind of when it comes out. Probably won't really be edited, so it'll just kind of be almost straight from Twitch. But because basically we're just doing recruiting, playing the game, whatever. It's not like we're doing a whole bunch of other shit and all this other stuff. So, so yeah, but next videos will basically be App State and, in what, week 3 probably, because we're not going to be doing a whole lot of recruiting during the season, just because it's going to be a lot less time.